got a smile worth its weight. When the mirror breaks, you're someone else. Round and round, around I go. The spinning makes me ill, a hostage held inside the very world I build. Please help me now. Number figured out, a motive born in drought and brevity. And if I'm not the soul of your design, I blatantly decline your remedy. Don't box me in, don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer, I'd rather be free. I'd rather be a leader, I'd rather be a queen. I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer, I'd rather be clean. I'd rather be a poser in a magazine. I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. Wasn't always just a single shade, a palette full of gray in reverie. can burn it brighter than the sun. I have a golden gun inside of me. Don't box me in. Don't, or I'll leave. I'd rather be a dreamer. I'd rather be free. I'd rather be a leader. I'd rather be a queen. I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer. I'd rather be clean. I'd rather be a poser in a magazine. I'd rather be pretty much anything else. And if I fall behind, ignoring all the signs, and if I lose the fight, I still rage against the night. Don't box I'd rather be a dreamer. I'd rather be free. I'd rather be a leader. I'd rather be a queen. I'd rather be a singer in a trashy cover band. I'd rather be a closer. I'd rather be clean. I'd rather be a poser in a magazine. I'd rather be pretty much anything else than your machine. What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. Listen up now, because we're never dropping out. Beat the odds, beat the big house. Our brains are bigger than the doubt. We've been thinking for ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away, burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, hate is face.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Season 11 Premier Grand Finals. This match is between Cow and H4K. I'm one of your casters, Dactor. Joining me today is Weenie.
Hello. I think we're gonna have a good game today.
Absolutely. These are two teams with very different stories in this season. Cow started by dropping their first match, but have gone on a tear and been absolutely dominant ever since. They're on an 11 map win streak. H4K, meanwhile, struggling in the beginning half of the season, but they've really picked up steam, headed into playoffs, and since match day 5, they are 8-1. Weenie, which position would you rather be in? Would you rather be the guys who started bad but have a ton of momentum, or the dominant team throughout the season?
I would definitely rather be the people who started bad and are now gassing up, because the amount of momentum and ego that those guys are having right now is insane, I bet.
Definitely. Now, in terms of maps, we'll get to the veto in just a minute, but both these teams with pretty shallow and pretty similar map pools. Both of them spent the majority of their time this season on Ancient or Overpass. 7 games for H4K in the regular season, and then actually of the 10 games in the regular season, Cow played on Ancient in 5 of them, and Overpass on 4 of them. So I don't think we'll see too much contention over the maps. I think both will be happy to play maps they're both good at. Would you agree with that, Weenie, or do you think maybe one of them is going to try and throw a wrench into the other person's plan?
No, I think you're definitely right. I think we're gonna see Overpass and Ancient map 1 and 2, and then the third map could be a toss up between, like an Inferno or Mirage. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I would say probably Nuke. And the reason why I say that is because Cow has displayed some good results on Nuke this season. H4K, meanwhile, last week or last match day, they beat UPS on Nuke, and that's actually been known as UPS's home map for many seasons. And so for H4K to basically dominate them 16-6 was very impressive, and I think that gives H4K a lot of confidence on Nuke heading into this series.
I think H4K might ban Nuke in that second wave of bans. I'm not sure if they're gonna let it slide to a map 3. That's the only time they've played it this entire season. So I think they might try and get something a bit more puggy and what they're comfortable on.
Very possible. In the semifinals, just to note this real quick. So Cow beat the Order of the Samurai 16-14 on Vertigo, and then 16-5 on their home map of Overpass. H4K beating UPS 16-9 and then 16-6 on Ancient and Nuke, respectively. And I think, UPS was a team that they were one of the top 2 seeds. They did have a bye coming into the playoffs, and I think a lot of people expected good results from them. OS, on the other hand, maybe a team that more kind of slipped into playoffs and weren't expected to really make it to the grand finals. So that might also give H4K that little boost of confidence that could bring them over the edge.
Yeah, I think H4K can definitely come in here and foil some plans for Cow. I don't think this is going to be an easy series for them. I think this could go the distance to map 3. I don't see it being easy for Cow or VAC. I mean, I've casted the game last week for Wagyu Warriors, and it was map 1 was competitive on that Vertigo, but map 2 wasn't so competitive on that Overpass. So if they can keep riding the momentum they've been having for the 11 maps win streak they are on right now, I think they could take a map off VAC or even beat them.
Yeah, do you think that that adds pressure to Cow, the fact that they could have like a 13 map win streak if they 2-0 this? That would be like historic, basically, for CSC Premier.
I think they definitely had pressure on them. Hack came into, I mean, at one point they were 0-5 or 0-6, so they weren't even like have a chance to make playoffs, and they were like argued as like the worst team in CSC with like headshot kills, so, or marksman I think it was. So I think we could see I think VAC are definitely going to be on the like offensive. I think they're going to have not a lot of pressure on them.
We are getting into bans. H4K removing Anubis and Mirage banned by Cow, so we won't be seeing Mirage as a decider. I do expect that we will be seeing probably Ancient and Overpass here. But we'll just have to see if any spanners are thrown in those works. I do believe it'll be VAC veterans picking here first. And indeed, they pick Ancient. I'm expecting the overpass to come out now. There it is. And now I would guess, yeah, I think we'll either go to Nuke or Vertigo, but I'm just not sure if Cow plays much Vertigo or how comfortable they are on that map. They did almost lose it to OS last week, so.
I don't think they'll go into Vertigo again, OS picked it against them on Vertigo, and like you said, it got very close. So I don't see them trying to play Vertigo if it came up between it. I mean, I'm not sure what I would pick here if I was Cow. What I would ban, or I think VAC are gonna ban Nuke, but I'm not too sure.
Well, Cow get to see what VAC want to ban first, which is a bit of an advantage because they are the higher seed. So we'll see here. I think this is definitely where the vetoes get interesting. The first two maps were pretty much predetermined, but yeah, this third map might be a bit of discomfort for either one or even both of the teams. Of course, H4K taking their time, making sure that they aren't going to mess this one up.
Yeah, from what I talked to Shorty, who plays on Hack, he said that Nuke is not one of their comfortable picks. So yeah, they do go ahead and ban it. He said that I asked him after the game, and Vertigo's going to a decider. They've banned Inferno. That's crazy. All right.
Vertigo is like the least played map next to Nubis, and that was just 2 times in playoffs.
Yeah, I think that actually favors H4K. H4K has played Vertigo a bit more in the season, I think. And then, yeah, Cow, like you said, it seemed like they weren't super comfortable on it last week. So I think that's slightly favoring H4K, but it's definitely an open series. Either team could very easily win it. We'll just basically have to see which one shows up more today.
Yeah.
In terms of roster makeup, it does seem like both teams have kind of a similar philosophy. Both of them have kind of that hard carry player rating-wise. Cow has Trip, who is kind of infamous at this point for having 900 MMR as an advanced player on ESEA.
Yes, that was in the discussions for a good few hundred matches or messages.
And then on the other hand, we actually have Sage, another low MMR player, actually near tier min, but he has been absolutely popping off this season with a 1.25 rating. Both players with a 1.25 rating. So those are kind of the guys to look out for. I believe Sage is an entry fragger though, and Trip is an opper. Now, would you rather have your star player be the first guy in, or the guy in the back with the big green?
With playing against them, I mean both teams, I would rather have Sage on my team because he's such a strong voice in the team. He's actually the H4K's IGL, so he's one of those entering IGLs, and he just makes a lot of space for his team and calms a lot mid round and asks his teammates to do things. I mean, I have not played with Trip, so I'm not sure how vocal he is in his team, but playing with Sage, I would definitely want Sage. I feel like he's a bigger complement to the way I play and how I want a team to work around.
That makes a lot of sense. And then they both kind of have a secondary star or like a second carry player. Cow has Clappy Bats, and then H4K has someone who you might be familiar with, Shorty240. Both of them riflers this time. And I think these are kind of like the rocks of the team. Would you agree? These are the guys that you kind of expect to show up and put on a good performance?
Yeah, I'm expecting both of them to come up and play pretty well. I think Shorty240, I mean, I'm not sure if you know, but he is my twin brother. He's in the other room, but I'm expecting him to come in and play very hot today, because he came into the first half of the season kind of cold out of practice coming down from college, and now that he's been home and he's been playing a lot of CS, he's kind of warmed up in this later half of the season into playoffs. And I mean, he knocked us out. So he knocked us out in that best of 3. He 2-0'd us, and he was playing insane on both maps. So I don't expect him not to play well today.
Yeah, and that was a little bit of an upset for a lot of people in the league because Gas actually had the second best record in the regular season. A lot of people expected you guys to do a lot of big things, but then you were knocked out pretty much immediately by H4K. Do you have any insight into that series? What the difference maker was for H4K?
I think H4K just came in to the series a bit warm, and they were just obviously just playing better like right off the start. I think we weren't playing so well and cohesive as a team, and they were coming in like pretty much all cylinders firing, and they just wanted to win. So I think that was the difference maker. We had a substitute into map 2, and we made like a last minute roster change. So there's a few things on our end that I think we fumbled going into playoffs, but they just came out and they played really well. So I can't say that we did not deserve to lose.
Now, I'd hate to not mention the other 3 players on each team. So both teams have kind of the 2-star players, and then they have 3 guys who are more in the background, more of like the role players. For Cow, it's Landon TM, Dokubo, and Protobones. Protobones, a verified 10-manner, so I'm quite familiar with him. H4K has Aaron's Fury, J-Clax, and Hookshot. I think it's fair to say that for both these teams, if they can get one or more of those more role players to step up and have a huge series, that would be really big for them.
Yeah, when I was watching Cow last week and we were doing their game on Vertigo, both Clappy Bats and Landon were playing. I thought they had some really nice moments where they had good multis and good spots, and so they were definitely a difference maker in that Vertigo map where they almost lost. And then for VAC, exactly what you said, their role play. I mean, I think that both these teams are good. I think both these teams are really good. J-Clax and Aaron Sphere and Hookshot, I think are solid players, and they complement their team well into the organization of how their teams play. And I just think both these rosters are well built together.
Definitely. If I do think there's like an X factor in this series, it's probably the difference between the operas. Especially, I think that'll be important on Overpass. Obviously, like the best alt map in the game. Cow has Trip, who again is kind of like their star player. Meanwhile, H4K has Hookshot, who definitely a solid opper, but he is their lowest rated player, which is not something you necessarily want on a map like Overpass, where the opera is going to be expected to do a lot of the heavy lifting. How do you think that H4K can kind of compensate for that?
I think avoiding the op is going to be one of the game plans by H4K, trying to not run into op line of sights too much and flashing off a lot of angles and like really using their utility to the fullest without wasting any utility. I think trying to avoid Trip on Overpass and then even on Ancient and block out the angles he's comfortable with and just make the rifles fight and have those 1v1s with the rifles is going to be the key to victory for VAC.
Yeah, and if there's one more interesting statistic that I noticed looking over these teams coming into this series, Cal actually has no players on their entire roster with over 40% headshot ratio. So they are going for body shots pretty much across the board. So I think if they can get some strong util in and make the enemy have low HP before they have to take those gunfights, that could be really advantageous. Like old Astralas, basically.
Mm-hmm. I know that J-Clax has a high headshot percentage. I'm not sure if he's leading Premier in headshot percentage, but I know it's up there.
Yeah, he has, it looks like a 56%, which, if we look real quick, it is, it's actually third. Although it's more like second among the players who really, like, qualify, I would say.
Yeah.
Only Kando had a higher headshot percentage with 60, but definitely 56 is an impressive number.
Yeah, I've played with him a little bit, and he does have some pretty nice aim when he's firing, and he can hit some nice shots, but not too consistently.
Not too consistently. Interesting. Do you have any other like insider info on the VAC veterans, given that your brother is a member of their team?
I think that they've played with subs both of these the semifinals and the quarterfinals going into these grand finals, and Sage is finally back. And I mean, talking with Shorty, he was saying that they are 10 times the team they are when Sage is there, with the amount of talking and individual performance that he brings to their team. So I think that we're going to see pretty much the best VAC veterans of all playoffs. I mean, they have everything suited up to them to play out now, so there's no excuses. I think that's going to be how Sage impacts the team now going into the grand finals is going to be something that we haven't seen or casted yet.
And that's pretty scary because H4K, like I said earlier, they beat Gas, they beat UPS, two of the scariest teams coming into these playoffs. They look really good, and that's without their top-rated player. So
yes.
Cow is gonna have to be on their A game today for sure.
I think so.
All right, so for this map 1, the players are still just loading in. Do you have any predictions?
Well, VAC is gonna start on. I'm not sure. Well, they picked the map, so they'll probably start T then, right?
I would imagine so.
Yeah. So I think VAC veterans are gonna come out. I think one of the keys to winning the map and taking it quickly is building that early round, like early game momentum, getting up like 3-0, 4-0, 4-2. And getting the rounds underneath them quickly. I think as soon as VAC veterans gets an advantage in rounds and they start feeling confident, they can really easily run away with games. So I think that's going to be one of the things that we're going to notice is that they're going to probably have a pretty good pistol, and we're probably going to see a big multi-kill out of somebody.
Yeah, and like you said, in your series against H4K, you felt like maybe you guys came out a little flat-footed. Meanwhile, they had all the momentum right away. Both the teams are super hot, so you kind of would expect that both of them would be playing well, but I guess just like individually how they're feeling mentally today, how their warm-ups went, whether or not they had the chance to warm up. I mean, who knows, maybe one of them just got off work or something. That can all play a big part in how they play today.
Yes, I agree. I know that Trip has missed some games for Cow, but even when he was gone, they were still playing well without him. They were 9-1. I think we were actually the only team that beat them during the regular season. I think we beat them 16-14. Like it was like match day 1 on Ancient. I don't even remember what happened that game. That was such a long time ago.
Yeah, so looking at the stats for that game right now, you actually had a pretty great game. You went 29-18. Obviously, you ended up being the top-rated player in Premier this season. But that just goes to show that one player showing up and carrying basically isn't always a recipe for success.
No, it's definitely not. From all my time in playing in different teams and ESCA and other stuff like that, like set up with practice and scrims, the key to victory is not one player, but it's all 5 communicating and using the utility effectively. I mean, especially in pro play. Like you don't really have like that one support player or that 2 support players that throw all the util for everybody. Every single player on the team needs to know every single piece of util and how to use it properly to set up their teammates. I mean, you might have one player who's like an anchor and plays like anchor spots on some maps, but just because they're playing an anchor spot doesn't mean that they're bad individually or that they don't have good aim. It's just that in those anchor spots on like ramp on Nuke and A on Ancient, like you need to play those spots like flawlessly. Like if you die without getting one or without multiing, you set up your team to instantly lose the round and save. So I think that what is one of the things that at least for my team, we didn't have like. I mean, like I had good utility, and another one of my teammates had great utility. But as a 5, we didn't have good utility, and I think that hurt us a lot of the time. I mean, it caused us to lose games and lose a lot of rounds. So I'm hoping that I see a bit more, like a bit better util out of both of these teams today. Because I know that VAC veterans, when we played them on Overpass, I think we scrimmed them and then also played them in the regular season. We actually lost to them. I think they were actually our first loss. I think we were up 6-0 and then we lost to them.
Yes.
I just remember that game they were using a lot of utility, using it effectively. And I mean, I was in the next room. I could hear how much they were talking to each other. So, I think those are the keys to victory. It's never one person. It's always the 5.
Yeah, VAC veterans, they actually have, it looks like pretty much 4 players who average at least 1 flash assist a game. For the Wagyu Warriors, they only have 2, but Protobones, listed as their support player on the stats sheet, I guess for good reason. He has 2.5 flash assists per game, which is the highest out of anyone in this lobby here today.
Yeah. So Proto's gonna going to be having to use a lot of utility and really help set up his teammates. Because I'm not too sure about anybody. Is the other person on Wagyu? Like, what does Trip have? What is his flash assist?
He actually only has 0.6 flash assists per game.
Damn.
Yeah, not the highest, especially for an opper. You feel like a lot of the times ops have the high utility stats, especially when it's someone with a lot of league experience. But maybe he's just prioritized getting the frags more.
Yeah, maybe. But even on like rotating spots on like CT and stuff like that, and it just kind of depends. I mean, unless they're like dropping utility on T side, like it kind of depends like who throws flashes then. But especially on CT, where a lot of the times you can be rotating as an opper, setting up your team on the CT side with flashes and utility is like pretty much one of the most key things to being about like a floating opper.
Yeah. Now we are getting into the knife round, it looks like, and the knife round not actually going to matter in this case because the team didn't pick the map gets to pick their side.
Mm-hmm.
We do seem to have a little bit of a screenshot here at the moment, so I'm sure that'll be fixed up very shortly here by our production team. By the way, shout out to Firehawk and Anonymous, our two observers and production members for today. And yeah, so we'll be getting right into it very shortly here. These two teams did actually play once before, and it was on Ancient. The Wagyu Warriors beat the VAC Veterans 16-12. That was despite Sage having 105 DAR. So he had a huge performance, but it wasn't quite enough for the VAC Veterans. Trip also popped off that game. He had 29 kills. So I guess we'll see those, the two hard carries. We'll see if they're able to carry again on this map. And it looks like we're getting into pistol round. Unfortunately, a little bit of lag. But I'm sure it'll get fixed here very shortly. We can see the Wagyu Warriors with the double dually setup and a single flashbang. I would expect them to do something very aggressive on this round.
Yeah, I see a lot of teams buying dualies on pistol rounds, but I mean, I just read a recent HLTV article about like the effectiveness of dualies and stuff like that, and even in pro play, and it's kind of like wishy-washy depending on the map and even like the players who have it and stuff like that. But typically, I don't like the double dualies too much, but
in order to use it effectively, I guess it's one of those things where you want to have a plan with it. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, you're gonna be going into the round with like a set piece around the two dualies.
Now we are, again, just a little bit of a screenshot here. It does look like Wagyu Warriors took the pistol round, so that's pretty big for them.
Yeah.
Um,
VAC Veterans, I don't think got the bomb down, so they're probably gonna be on the save.
Yeah. Now, I'm not sure if VAC Veterans are going to force buy on this round or not. Do you think force buying as a tease when you don't get the bomb down is decent, or are you more the fan of saving for the third round and getting a full buy there?
I think you definitely need to save after not getting the bomb down. I think it's very sketchy to force with only 2K. Because when you force with the bomb down, you have that extra like 800, I think it is. You're able to get like Mac 10s and utility and Galil's and everything like that.
Oh, and it does look like we're getting into the swing of things here. Some graphical glitches, but it does appear that they are mostly fixed here. And Wagyu Warriors with a nice 3-0 lead to start. It looks like they also took the first gun round and will be forcing the VAC Veterans onto pistols. Just the classic Deagle armor buy. And
Yeah.
it looks like the CTs are building up a really strong economy here to start off this half, which is actually huge for the dimension.
Yeah, this is big for Cow. This is exactly what you wanted out of. This is exactly what they wanted. Start off quick and build that money quickly. Not a lot of people dying. Keeping these rounds running clean on these ecos.
Yeah, now Sage getting up into Jaguar early. No contest from the CTs here. Probably have a pretty good inclination that the T side is on a force buy, not wanting to go for the high risk, high variance play there of trying to fight for cave. But that is an important piece of map control that they're giving over pretty quickly.
Yeah, and Cal pushing down into the ramp, getting these eco kills
Yeah, some
cleanly too.
some very nice plays there for sure. It looks like they did have a support flashbang coming out from, I believe it was Dokubo. So good on him there. And now it'll just be J-Clax and Aaron's Fury. Aaron's Fury with a scout. Maybe he can take off a couple heads here. I think it's important that they get some economic damage. He's going to walk out, see the guy on main, but not able to get the shot. And it's going to be another clean round from the Wagyu Warriors. This
Yeah,
is
starting on 4-0 is just what you want. They have 7,000, 8,000 in the bank going into VAC Veterans full buy, which they almost like they really want to win this now, not trying to get these lead get too big.
Yeah, definitely. And I mean, on Ancient, it's a map where the CT utility is like super important, even among the active duty maps. So it's very, very huge that the CTs have this nice cushion. They can get a few extra buy rounds in, even if they start dropping rounds. But really quick mid play
with these flashes.
Yeah, and
They're
Trip
able to
gets
trade
the
it
one,
out.
but they trade it out.
Yeah, winning the trade here is important. Wagyu is going to look to get back into this with some sort of play on the extremity, but Proto is on an island out here in Jaguar.
Yeah, he needs to get at least 2 here, I think, if he stays, in order for the Wagyu Warriors to have a real chance into this round.
Yeah.
Um,
It looks like he's not going to get cleared. He doesn't trigger discipline. He gets 2.
2, and he could get the 3rd here. Hook shot very low, but he pulls out the nade and will get traded eventually. 2v2 now as the T's are running quickly onto B site, but Landon TM in a position to potentially stop them. Gets the 1st, swings out, gets the 2nd, and the Wagyu Warriors are up 5-0. Absolutely massive start for them.
Yeah, this is big. Getting these rounds up early, getting the momentum into your favor onto the CT side of Ancient can be kind of suffocating on the T side.
Yeah,
Veterans split across with 1 kills pretty much for everybody besides Sage with 3.
Yeah, and we saw the 2 opening picks there for the VAC Veterans, getting them into a man advantage situation, but they're not able to convert it. Just some simple mistakes, not clearing the guy out of Jag, and then getting caught pushing into sight. But they're gonna run it back.
Yeah, run right back out into mid. They're gonna get the trade onto the other house, and Jacobo's gonna get traded back, so it's an even 3v3.
Yeah, and definitely good for the T's there as they get crucial map control, getting up into Donut. But Clappy Bats going all the way through main. This is such a risky play. He's not going to be here to slow down this site take at all, but he will start walking back now. Will the T's be expecting this? Looks like Shorty 240 absolutely does. Takes his head clean off, and the T's in a man advantage.
Yeah, this is more of what you wanted out of VAC. Pretty much mid is going to be fought for every single round here, or should be. It's a big point of contention, but Kyra's getting back into this retake, getting 2.
Oh, hook shot.
in alone in a 1v2.
They need this round. It's absolutely crucial. He
misses the
first headshot.
smoke. He does have a molly. He can molly him out.
Yeah, but he actually can't force him completely off. And Landon, however, wins the gunfight. I think Hookshot misplayed that a little bit. If he had just waited.
I think he did. Landon, I don't think tapped.
No, and 3 HP. I mean, that is just brutal. Man, H4K really need to start getting rounds on the board here very quickly, and they will take the tack timeout. I like that. Just going to reset a little bit mentally, try and address what's going wrong. I think that round, I mean, the strategy was nice. Running out mid, trading effectively, but just on the retake, not able to win the gunfights that they needed to.
No. It started out they got that man advantage into the 3v2, and Shorty 240 went down towards Big Box, and then again another guy towards Donut. Both are untraded. You know, you can't have that in a man advantage retake. You need to stay playing with your teammates, not over peak, and play for the trades because you're already winning the trade duel. Which is kind of misplayed by VAC into the retake. Really, really just not well played.
Yeah, unfortunately so. Now, we are seeing, it looks like the T's are going to be able to buy back with the bomb plant, so that's big for them. And at the very least, they did get 4 kills. They did chip into that CT economy. They also forced a rebuy on the op. So if they're able to start stringing rounds together now, it could be big, but they do need to start winning. They'll get early Jag control here. No real contest from the CT side.
Yeah. Landon throws a smoke early, 133 on the clock. He won't have a smoke to re-smoke that at least.
Yeah, and it looks like the T is gearing up here for a pretty quick B hit potentially. The CT is with only one man over towards that side of the map right now. Proto could have a quick rotate, but Dokubo with a huge pick onto Aaron's Fury, jumping up window.
Yeah, it seems like they're
CT's
just
man
kind
advantage.
of getting sloppy towards mid. Kind of posture towards B. They should just get hit it.
Sage
over the-
almost gets the wall bang.
Yeah, Landon 1 HP on sight. Any sort of molly onto pillar will kill him, I think.
Yeah, but the
Yeah, they're
T's,
rotating into B though.
yeah, the CTs are rotating in, and the T's are not grouped in order to hit this site super effectively right now. Sage just kind of creeping up ramp by himself. I'm worried. Proto gets a pick onto window again. Another guy dying window for the T side here. But they're going to run up onto site. They're going to get the first kill. Not going to get the second. And J-Clax left in the 1 versus 4. I don't think he has anything to say about this round.
No, I don't think so either. That phase of the smoke towards long just makes the fight super into Cow's favor. Able to get pretty much both of those for free.
And I mean, that's an angle that at this level, I think people need to be ready for. The deep red watching window jump up. It's very difficult for the T's to deal with without a smoke or a molly. But that's why you need to use that utility. But oh no, man, J-Clax had a chance to get 2 there maybe, but he just isn't quite able to finish off the first. And the CTs have 4 survive as they go up 7-0.
Yeah, this is not what you wanted for back veterans. They're coming out pretty flat, it feels like. No one really hitting a lot of multis, no one really hitting big shots. Falling apart in the retake and in the execute. Cow just playing very solid, not making many mistakes anywhere.
And a little bit of desperation here potentially, as we are seeing a force buy with almost no util behind it. They even have a Mac 10, but they do manage to get out mid again. They have the red smoke. They are getting up into Donut quickly, and Trip is gonna need to come up huge here, I think. Get at least 1, potentially 2, and he gets the first shot onto Sage.
Yeah, VAC are just playing very aggressive right now, or Sage is playing very aggressive against the CTs in mid. But
And another
3 of the
pick.
people on Cow, yeah, picks are going over the map.
Oh man, this is not looking great right now. Not looking great at all. The CT's showing a lot of discipline, not fighting unnecessarily, sitting back, holding strong angles, and killing the T's as they approach. Really strong stuff. But Aaron's Fury does get the opening kill, and they need a little bit of magic to happen here, I think. They need something to get them back into this game. A 2v4 would be just what the doctor ordered. But Trip holding this donut angle, not going to get the shot onto Hookshot, and Hookshot not able to convert with the kill onto Brokey. Aaron's Fury with the nice one tap. He needs this 1v3. His team needs this 1v3. He gets the first, but can he get the second and third? He's going to run up, try to plant in the smoke. Proto going to just spam him down. Absolute confidence in that spray. Seemed to know exactly where he was planting. And the Wagyu Warriors go up 8-0.
Yeah, this is not going well. I think either this round or next round you're going to have to take another timeout as VAC and talk it over. Trying to slow down the momentum Cow is gaining. I think mid seems to be where they're getting picks and getting room, but they're not really working off that room and picks very well going into a side take.
Now, the CTs are playing a 2-1-2, or maybe more accurately a 2-2-1 very consistently here. A guy donut, a guy red, 2 on B. I do wonder if maybe the T's need something fast B here, but instead they're going to be leaning over towards the A site very heavily. Maybe going to go for just an exec or even kind of a dry run out. They do have the 1 smoke. Oh, but the donut smoke, it looks like it misses. And that's disastrous, and they're just going to get mowed down as they run out. Floppy Bats with the double, Trip with the double, Dokubo cleans it up, and another clean round. 5 kills to none for Cow as they take a 9-0 lead, and I do think we need a timeout from H4K here, because this is getting ugly.
Yeah, it is. Landon is almost at, he's at 14K. The CTs have plenty of money. Even if VAC veterans come back and win 6 straight, they're still lost the half 9-6, which isn't too terrible on Ancient, but they need to get back into this game like now. It can't be wasting time.
Yeah, and this is, remember, this is H4K's map pick. This is their most comfortable map. This is their home map. So to be dominated like this early on that has to be demoralizing. Trip changing his position up here into cave.
Definitely getting in their heads a little bit.
And I mean, it just looks like the T's again are kind of spread out. They don't have super strong early play, but Sage gets the huge opening pick that opens up so much space. And Clappy Bat's completely by himself, lit towards the A site. If the T's go for a fast A split here, I don't know that the CT can do anything about it. But Trip pushes out of cave and catches a kill onto Hookshot. This is such a messy round.
Yeah, Sage got into CT without Proto being able to see him. He was able to get Clappy Bat, so rotating back to A with Bomb now. But Trip's still getting caught up by this B lurker. Didn't he just realize what happened?
Yeah,
Never got right into Proto though. They do know where both of them are. They know that A main is going to be clear. Probably going to be coming from mid and maybe CT right now.
Now, interestingly enough, they plant safe. So maybe they weren't super confident there. Maybe a little bit of missed cons. And Trip is going to be running knife out into Donut. Trying to take the fight, but he's going to get shot in the side of the head by Sage. Proto in the 1v2. Not able to do anything about it.
Yeah, that was good discipline by Shorty. Just sitting there waiting for his teammates to trade him. Knew that Sage was going to just swing and trade that guy. That was good, big though. Big round by VAC.
Yeah, absolutely huge. They get the opening pick towards red. Sage, we said he needed to step up, and he did there. He opens up all the space on the round, gets the triple kill. And that's what VAC Veteran needed. But is that sustainable? I'm not so sure. They're going to have to do it again here, I think.
Cow is going heavy into mid, but VAC are going to send 2 people out. Sage entering out. He's going to get needed down to 6 HP. Pretty much immediately just takes the oxygen out of this mid take.
And this is the danger with having your star player be your entry. He goes up, goes for the one tap onto the donut player, but not able to find the bag. And Aaron's Fury
is able to trade.
Can he get the second? No, Clappy Bats. But trades across the board, and we're now in a 3-on-3. Pretty good play by the T's here, but what are they going to do next? A missed donut smoke, and Proto looks like wants to fight them here.
Yeah, I think they're going to be leaving donut, though.
And look at the rotation from the CT side. Everyone leaves the B site. It's going to be so hard for them to come back in. They aren't going to have any information. They aren't going to know where the T's can be, but that's huge from Proto. Gets the clean pick onto J-Clax, lurking up through red. And Trip, they are going so slow here. Trip might have the angle in time. Oh man, and the spam down Shorty 240 on about 20 HP. We're going to need to see some heroics here from the T side.
Yeah, we're going to see some nice shots.
Shorty tucked pillar.
Hookshot's gonna push up into lane.
Yeah, it's a high risk play. And Hookshot not ready for Trip there. And I do kind of like that play. It's very high risk, but I mean, in the 2-on-3 with your teammate on very low HP, I think you have to take some kind of gamble. Doesn't quite pay off though, unfortunately. And again, it just seems like the T's getting picked off across the map, not able to come into these post plants with their full team or anywhere near it.
Yeah, they were only had 2 people into that post plant. Shorty was on low HP. They needed something. Hookshot could have gone around the pillar maybe and was able to get Proto swinging onto Shorty, but it's a very hard retake to play.
And they called a really nice rotation there. They called to rotate back over to the B site, which was empty. Obviously, they didn't know that. But I do wonder if maybe they needed to go a little faster, trust the call a bit more. They seem to second-guess themselves, and it's going to cost them. But now they're coming out mid very quickly, very aggressively, with 4 members here.
Yeah, they should know that one's still in the jungle, yep, and they catch him. 4v2, or 4v3.
Yeah, Shorty 240 on low HP, but definitely an advantage for the T side.
Yeah, I think Sage hears this guy rotating into A. Might call them to go up to B. Hookshot able to get a pick onto B. Definitely going to change around the rotations now.
Yeah, and this is
Sage gets a great timing.
Yeah, he's going to have the serious flip. Gets the lineup, only gets the first, but Hookshot going to clean up the second. And H4K with their second round now on the board. And if you look, the CT side economy, which was looking so strong, now showing some cracks. I do believe they can get a full buyout here. but if they lose one more round, it might be enough for H4K to turn this around and get a somewhat respectable 5 rounds and a half.
Yes. They're going to be pretty low on util. I think it's still going to be VAC running out into mid and getting that mid control, but it seems like they're trying to get comfortable into this Jaguar peak and into this mid take, but
Again,
Yeah.
trying to play around Trip on the top is hard. We're rotating all over the map right now.
This is going to be a crucial fight here. Dokabo holding Donut, gets the first frag. Can he get the second? Extinguishes the molly, and his teammate comes in for the quick support trip, the kill, and now Aaron's Fury gets shot in the side of the head. That is just beautiful rotations and team play from the CTs, coming in, covering each other's weaknesses, and Hookshot left here in this 2v5. What can he get with this very aggressive off? Nothing at all. Shorty left into 1 versus 4 and gets traded out by Clappy Bats, and the CTs going to recover what was looking like might be a messy situation and take their 11th round.
yeah, they're going to come back with a buy of their own, though. It's still going to be gun rounds across the board, but again, VAC just praying to get these last 2 rounds, trying to keep this half from falling out into 13-2.
Yeah, and if you look, every single player on the Wagyu Warriors with double-digit kills, it's everyone stepping up here and contributing in a big way. And that is very scary. Now, Sage getting burned down. He's so low. He gets the first kill somehow, but gets traded out very quickly, and now it's suddenly in a 4-on-2. Shorty with the big kill. 2-on-3. They have the east site. They have a good amount of map control, too. Aaron's Fury pushed up long. Shorty throws the flashbang, and Aaron's peeks behind it, gets the first kill. I think he spots the second as well. A ton of information for the T's here.
Yeah, Aaron's able to get the trade into the guy lean.
Yeah, beautiful timing. He knows exactly when Aaron's Fury starts to run up towards short and gets the kill, and I can't imagine Dokabo will do anything, and he won't. Aaron's Fury with the huge triple kill, bringing that 4-on-2 back, and I mean, it seems like H4K are getting rounds from heroics from their players, not so much from strategies. So that's probably why they only have the 3 rounds. I mean, even the ones they have are just hero plays, not super sustainable. But it will be enough to kind of break this economy of the CT side.
Yeah, it just feels like Cow is just peeking whatever they want on any side of the map and able to get picks off of it and win out right now. Seems like they're going to try and go to an A hit, but they're taking a lot of B lane control.
Oh, and Landon TM pushes right down ramp instantly behind a smoke and gets the kill. And now Dokabo on the boost spot gets 1. Can he get 2? No. He gets traded out, but Clappy Bat's here already at Donut, and it doesn't seem like Hookshot is ready for it. And the double kill, no. Trip gets 1, and Shorty 240 in the 1-on-4. He has full HP. He's against an MP9 in the AK, but he's not even able to get the first. 12-3 half. Huge plays from Cal.
Yeah, this is not going well into back veterans. This is not what they thought was going to happen on this T side of Ancient.
Not at all. They need to refocus themselves here during this halftime break. What do you think H4K needs to do here? Do you think they need to come right out of the gates very aggressively going for the gunfights, or do you think they need to just slow down, calm down, and play more of a standard game?
I think they need to come out the gates and play into their strong suit, which I thought would be their aim in this game. But trying to get Shorty and trying to get Sage activated across the map and just take these fights that Cow were taking and win them the same way Cow was doing. I mean, Cow was peeking a lot of things just into VAC veterans, and VAC veterans were either not ready or missed shots and weren't able to convert. I think they need to come out swinging. I think they need to do probably a set piece on aggro. Maybe they have an idea of what Wagyu Warriors pistol is going to be, and they need to try and counter that.
And Wagyu Warrior is very polite there, calling the tac timeout so you can finish your analysis before we get into this pistol round. Unlike the first half, we aren't going to see the double dually strats. We're going to see the 5 USPs. On the other side, we actually have a Tech 9. That's kind of unusual, I think.
Yeah, that is definitely unusual. Gearing up towards an A play, they have 2 in Donut and 1 in Temple. I think they might be ready for this. I'm not sure where their smokes are going to land. Only have one smoke with Landon.
Yeah, I would think probably Donut and CT. Man, those smokes are being thrown from very far away. Actually, one of them being held onto, maybe for the post plant. Very interesting. As the T's are going to get out, but they're running into this crossfire of 3 CTs here.
Yeah,
This is
Hookshot
very
can't go down
dangerous.
Temple. He needs to keep this. He needs to keep
Oh,
this moving.
yeah.
Just goes down to the no armor Tech 9. Landon just running it up into CT. It will
Man,
get
he does
another-
not care at all.
Yeah.
I mean, all the confidence on the side of the Wagyu Warriors here. Landon just wants fights. He wants nothing but to kill. But he gets caught out, and maybe an overextension. But Trip with the backstab coming out late. Oh no. Sage not able to get the 1-on-2. That is such a huge late round lurk there from Trip. Coming out mid late. And, you know, this is actually something that my team in ESEA does as a pistol strat sometimes. We smoke off the Donut, and then we have a guy creep out late mid to flank Donut, assuming that the CTs will be holding behind the smoke, and it works beautifully there.
Yeah, that's exactly what Cal wanted to happen in that round. Landon going into CT, causing a lot of chaos, thinking that they're deep pushing into CT. Forget about the flanker, and the flanker comes in, just able to get 2 and sweep it up.
And we see a bit of a desperate force buy here from the CTs. They have to go for it. They need rounds right away. But now if they lose this, then they will really be in trouble. And they're fighting up lane with 3. They get the first kill. And it looks like Proto a bit scared.
Yeah, he's gonna fall out. They're gonna try and rotate to A. They saw 3 into swing from Jag there. Sage pushing into elbow. It's gonna get taken down by Trip.
That seems like an overextension. They have so much map control and information towards the B side. They have to know that something's fast in A or mid. But Shorty, it's a nice 5-7 kill. Retreats into Donut. Good discipline being shown here. Trip gets the 1 kill, but now it's a 2-on-3. The T's at a disadvantage.
Health is low, just all across the board right now. And it looks like they're going to go past each other in Temple. Do they know?
Oh,
J-Clock turns around.
Checks it. That's huge.
It's a 1v3. Proto with an AK and almost half HP.
I don't think he has any chance in this round, and no, J-Clack's going to push out. That is absolutely massive for H4K. I'm sure you can probably hear your brother celebrating in the other room as we speak, as they'll get that absolutely crucial force by conversion that will maybe allow them to have a way back into this game, but it'll be a long, tough uphill battle. And
yeah, Cow's gonna force back into this with only, I think they only had like around 1400, so they pretty much have no utility in Deagles.
Yeah, they were on the double save either way. They do not want the CTs to have any momentum. They want to crush them right here and now, and they're gonna try to do it by running up a ramp with 4, it looks like.
Yeah, they're gonna swing out from Jaguar 2 and get that control, and Coward's just gonna fall back.
Trip with a nice 1-dig. Trip with the double 1-dig in mid, and Proto gets the kill towards lane. An absolute disaster for the CT side. They go down 2-on-5, and now Hookshot and Shorty 240 need to pull off something magical to give H4K any chance into the remainder of this game. And Hookshot only gets the 1 in cave, and I can't imagine Shorty 240 has any chance in this round. If anything, I'd like to see him save, but
yeah,
hard to even do that.
I don't know how Trip just got 2 into mid there. I'm not even sure if the people were even looking at him. Just full. I'm not even sure what happened there. That was just a disaster.
Yeah, I don't know if there's any chance for a replay there, but that would be pretty great to see. It looks like they pushed down onto elbow. You know, we did talk about how we wanted them to show some aggression, to play their game, but they try it there, and maybe a bit of an overextension into the force buy. 2 of them pushing elbow pretty much dry, get picked off by the 1-digs, and Wagyu Warriors gonna get their 14th round here. And Trip, I mean, look at Trip. Cow had been, you know, very even across the board through most of that first half, but Trip rocketing ahead here, 23-9. That's exactly what you want out of your superstar player.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. Cow is gonna want to play this slow, waste out the CT's util and just find those weak spots where the pistols are gonna be. But Beck are gonna do a heavy mid setup, and Cow are just gonna set up for an early A take.
Yeah,
VAC
and
are gonna rotate back into this, but they're gonna exec and set now.
now the CTs do have 2 here, and they have all the map control in the world. They're gonna take the 3rd guy over as well. This could be a massive trap for the T side, but they're gonna run out. They're gonna throw all their util. Will they win these gunfights? They actually don't get a molly onto site, and that is such a problem. J-Clax now gonna be mollied off finally, but the CTs have every advantage. They're just not winning the gunfights though. It's a 4-on-3 now for the T side.
Yeah, fighting into Donut, they're able to find hookshot as well, and last line of defense is pretty much Shorty 240 with this AK and Temple.
Aaron's Fury, is he gonna go through the smoke? He will. He gets the 2, the huge double, but Shorty gets shot in the side of the head by Proto, who shows a lot of discipline there, I think. I mean, that is such chaos. You know that the guy coming through the smoke, killing the bomb planter, the comms had to have been very erratic in that moment, but he just has, I don't know, ice cold blood in his veins. He stays watching the temple flank. He expects that play, and he takes out Shorty 240 and gives Cal their 15th round.
Yeah, VAC is just losing a lot of these gunfights. Just really, that's what it seems like it's coming down to. Missing shots and
they even got spammed through the smoke there. But they are going to get a couple nice picks here at the start of the round. And Hookshot, the cheeky push out, gets the 1. Quickly traded by Trip. Trip with 26 kills now, but he's not going to clear J-Clax, showing off that really good aim with that high headshot percentage there with the Deeg. Len and TM left in the 1-on-3 for the map. And even the Molotov into Jag here. It seems like maybe the CT's expecting this guy.
yeah, Landon did get a kill here, so they should know he's here, and J-Clax able to take him down with the instant headshot.
Yeah, very nice round from J-Clax. He had been struggling quite a bit earlier on in this game. Hopefully that round is enough to activate him. If not for this map, then at least for the second map, because they're going to need him. Now, interesting here, we see another tac timeout being used by Cal. I mean, you wouldn't expect to have 2 timeouts gone in a 15-5 game, but I guess just trying to figure out what they want to do with their economy.
Yeah, I think that's what they're probably talking over, what they want to do on this T side and what they want to do to punch out VAC, if they wanted to force or not. But I think it's probably smart just to save and take that 1900 and get a full buy next round and get all the util and everything you want.
Now, Aaron's Fury, his team is struggling, but it does say on the scoreboard at least that he has 131 DAR. I'm not sure if that's CT side only or if that's both, but either way, quite impressive. Not as impressive, though, as Trip's 170 ADR. Exactly like I said, what you want from the Wagyu Warriors star player. Trip going into A main, gets the first kill, sees the second, and not able to convert. Man, that would have been unbelievable if he'd gotten that second kill. But he buys a ton of space, and the T side gonna run up onto site, and they should at least get the bomb plant down, which is huge for their economy, and they may even get the round here. They're pushing up long. They get the trade onto Aaron's Fury, and we're now left in a 3-on-3.
Yeah, this 3-on-3 is scary for VAC. They're kind of, seems like they're not too sure about where everybody is, and Sage is going to go down. J-Clax is able to trade it back, but J-Clax needs to be smart here. He runs out, takes a fight early, brings out again, and
the triple.
3.
Man, you said he needs to be smart here, but he says, I don't need smarts, I just need my right hand. At least I assume he's right-handed. And he takes them all down. Huge triple kill there on the retake, and it's still definitely a good round for the Wagyu Warriors. They get the bomb plant, which is what I think they really wanted out of that. But VAC veterans just got to be happy that they're able to survive to fight another day.
Yeah, the issue is now is that Cal got a bomb plant, and they're gonna have full buy with util and everything they want. So VAC is gonna need to play this round even smarter than they did that last round, where they were able to get picked off by those pistols.
Yeah, and the op coming out for Trip here, ever so scary. He averages over half an op kill per round, which I believe is the highest in CSC. Definitely way up there, if not. So this guy absolutely terrifying with this weapon.
Yeah, looks like they're just gonna contact it up the ramp as well, but they're gonna get flanked from Jaguar. They're able to get one, but I'm not too sure how aware they're gonna be with them gonna be on site now. Aaron's Fury is the only one even close to B right now. He's gonna have to play this very smart, not lose his control without a kill.
He does get the 1 kill, but I think he needs to stay alive, and no, he can't. We're now in a 3-on-3, and now
And
a
Trip is just
2-on-3.
multi.
Yeah,
Will get taken down though.
get the bomb planted. This is a necessary 2-on-2 for H4K. Sage gets the first.
Yeah, this is what
He
you want
wants
in
the
this
second.
retake. Sage and Shorty 240.
Yeah, good
This is
discipline
who we
being shown
want.
here. Clappy Bass wants to fight him, not confident in the wall bang, but I think he's gonna need it. As Shorty 240 on the bomb, goes for the wall bang, misses, runs through the molly, and Shorty comes off the bomb just long enough to kill him and secures the round.
Yeah, that was a big clutch by Shorty 240.
Yeah, and that was interesting. It looked like he actually went a little further off from the bomb than you would normally do in order to prevent that wall bang. You saw that the spam was just in front of him. It does expose him ever so slightly to that peak through the Molotov, but he's confident in his aim that he's going to be able to win that gunfight if it comes to it, and he does, and secures the 7th round for H4K. And they're starting to show some signs of life here. The T-side economy once again broken. They're forced onto the Solar Armor.
Yeah, Trip just walking up again with this Deagle, and he's gonna look for this headshot, and Shorty's 240 is gonna take him down this time at least.
Yeah, he is. Trip is definitely feeling himself. Going for the heat check play, not gonna work out. And again, I mean, this is really surprising actually. The CT is just letting them up ramp continuously. Very confident in their retake strategies. It looks like.
Yeah, they're just playing very aggressive into Jag and into mid, kind of forgetting about this B site. The trades go into their favor.
Yeah. Oh man, and now it's a
2v2 now.
2-on-2. Just the Deagles and no HP, but the huge kill from Proto and Shorty 240 left in the 1-on-2. He needs these kills, but he will get taken down by Proto Bones with the huge quad kill with the Deeg. 4 headshots, and that will get Cow the first map on the board. H4K's map pick nonetheless, and a huge start for the Wagyu Warriors in this grand final.
Yeah, this is big. Taking it on back veterans map pick. I mean, this map too is a toss up. We could see either team take this, but Cow is going into the second map now with a lot of momentum.
Absolutely. And we are going to be taking a short break here, I believe. So we will see you guys again on map 2 of Overpass in just a few minutes. So stay tuned.